with Jansen this week for more on semifinals. And for LMU, keep an eye on Dorian Pinson. Leads the team in both rebounds and assists. Tom Billiter, the head coach of the Augustana Vikings, has had to manage that injury with Jansen this week. For more on the status of Daniel Jansen, we send it over. Title in 2011 women's cross country. Lincoln Memorial has never won a national championship in any sport. That could change today as we are underway in Frisco.
And both these teams primarily man-to-man teams. Let's watch how Augustana defends pick and rolls. LMU loves to pick and roll.
Lincoln Memorial 34-2 this season. They've won 24 in a row. And down low, Pinson's not able to convert. Gets it back, fresh 30. Hands off for Terry, who scores. Emmanuel Terry with the first bucket of the game.
Ever since Terry got in the lineup, that's bad transition defense right there. You better find these guys.
Alex Richter makes them pay, and Augustana is on the board in what should be a very fast-paced game, Coach.
There's no doubt about it. One averages 96, the other one averages almost 91, so that tells you something right there.
And a steal by Casey Schilling. Schilling to the hoop, and he's fouled going up. There was 6 seconds between the baskets scored by Lincoln Memorial and Augustana.
Well, that's one thing. Both of these teams love to run on made baskets, so you can't celebrate for a half a second when you score. The first thing you need to do is run back in transition defense. And you know what it is, Andrew? There's so many good three-point shooters on the floor. You got to locate and locate quickly.
Casey Schilling, a senior from Ellsworth, Minnesota, is at the line. Second in school history in points and third in school history in rebounds. Augustana has two 2,000-point scorers on this team in Schilling and Jansen.
And how about we throw Richter in there in the senior class? He's got over 1,300, so 5,300 points from 3 guys. Pretty good recruiting class.
Yeah, that worked out well for Tom Billiter, as that shot won't go for Jarrell Simmons. Richter quickly up ahead again for 2. 5 early points for Alex Richter.
Well, Josh Schertz talked about his guys getting back in transition. Right now, they're getting beat down the floor.
Out of bounds to the Vikings. And Augustana has a large fan base here in Frisco this week.
You know, we talked about it, Andrew, in the open. I would say that LMU is the faster team. They're smaller, but right now they're getting beat down the floor by Augustana.
Jansen fakes the shot, hands off to his point guard, Spencer. And it's taken away by Laquan Choice.
Well, they took a real chance there leaving Dan Jansen alone because he can make threes.
Pinson and Terry down low, poked away by Jansen. Terry gets it back, rolls around and out. Augustana 33-2 on the year, and Richter is on fire. A 9-0 run for the Vikings.
That was a really quick release, and he shot it over Laquan Choice. He's much bigger. That's one of the things about Augustana. Much bigger at every spot, probably.
8 of the 9 points belong to the senior Alex Richter, who had a career-high 32 in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. And Jarrell Simmons was able to stop the run.
That's what Simmons does. Terrific taking it to the basket.
Jansen's pass deflected. Now Jordan Spencer, native of Milton Keynes, England, will set up the offense, and it's another turnover by the Vikings.
And that was a bad pass by Byer. Threw it to the wrong hand where Jansen was posting up.
Steal for 3. LMU has started 2 for 6 shooting. Jansen to his good friend Schilling. Schilling off glass, no good, and Terry is right there for the rebound.
And they love that high-low between Schilling and Jansen because both are very good passers.
That was one of the keys that Josh Schertz told us. They had to defend the post and watch the high-low. With Schilling and Jansen, that one out of bounds to Augustana. Tom Billiter, 13th season on the Vikings bench, 7 times his team has appeared in the NCAA tournament. They've never been past the Sweet 16 until this year on this magical ride to the championship game. Jansen in the paint, tough shot, and he gets it to go. First bucket for Daniel Jansen, the all-time leading scorer in school history.
He is so good because he's so patient in the low post. He never rushes. He knows he's got the bigger, stronger body. He gets the guy behind him. Easy does it. One dribble to the basket.
And they made a change because he did not start in Thursday's semifinals. But Coach Billiter thought that having him stay loose after warm-ups and putting him right in the starting lineup would help that injured foot. Big problem for Jansen was during halftime on Thursday. It stiffened up on him, that left foot injury. He said at halftime today he's going to walk around, make sure his foot stays loose. Richter already into double figures. He's got 10.
I'll tell you what, that senior class is pretty good. Alex Richter putting it on the floor, making threes, doing it all right now.
Simmons the lob, Terry the tip, and it won't go. LMU struggling. Meanwhile, Augustana's 5 out of 6. Jansen trying to add on. He can't, and the rebound to Steele.
Good contest that time by Emmanuel Terry.
Steele drives. His shot won't go, and the struggles continue for the Rail Splitters. Second in the country, averaging 96 points per game. 5 minutes in, first half of the D2 National Championship game. Spencer. And Schilling wasn't ready, out of bounds. It will be LMU basketball when we get to the championship game in school history. Meanwhile, Lincoln Memorial out of Harrogate, Tennessee. Population, about 4,000. They play in the South Atlantic Conference, where this year they went 22-0, the first team to ever go undefeated in South Atlantic Conference history. And this also is the first time the Rail Splitters have appeared in the championship game, and just the second time any sport at Lincoln Memorial has played in the championship game. In 2007, the men's soccer team lost in the national championship to Franklin Pierce, 1-0. Pinson spins and scores. Dorian Pinson with a beautiful move out of the timeout.
Little too much help there on that screen.
LMU had only scored on one of its previous 10 trips before that bucket by Pinson. Spencer, 15-footer, no good. And just into the game is Curtis Webb. Tim Pierce also off the bench for the Rail Splitters. He's got the ball here. Josh Schertz has pulled 3 of his starters. Less than 6 minutes in. Choice, a good shooter, doesn't get the bounce that time.
And they're not getting anything on the offensive glass right now, which figures with the size that Augustana has.
Josh Schertz said they're going to have to gang rebound today with their lack of size, as Schilling has it stripped away. Good defensive play by Curtis Webb. And the travel is called on Dorian Pinson. Turnover number 4 for LMU.
Yeah, normally this team does not turn it over. They're one of the best in turnover percentage in Division II, especially with the pace they play. Been a little careless or maybe a little nervous to start.
3 field goals, 4 turnovers early on for the Rail Splitters. There's Richter. Draws the double, finds Jansen down low for 2 more. Alex Richter with the feed to Daniel Jansen. Jansen, the NABC Division II Player of the Year. He'll receive his award next weekend in Houston during the Division I Final Four. Spencer just inside the arc, too short, and a rebound to LMU. This is the pace we are expecting. Up and down, not a lot of whistles. Should be a good one. Choice for 3. And LMU cannot find the touch. They're one of their last 8.
No, and this team, we saw them on fire the other day. Scored 103 points.
They scored over 100 points in 2 of their last 3 games. And another turnover, this time by the Vikings. That's their 4th.
You know, one of the problems for LMU is they don't have somebody in the low post that's a good scorer, so they're relying on their slashing ability and their three-point shooting ability.
Choice took too many steps and a travel. Watch Masters live on CBSSports.com for exclusive video of Amen Corner 15 and 16, 2 featured groups, plus highlights and analysis. Watch on CBSSports.com and Masters.com. Jansen will go to the bench to get a breather, but again, according to Tom Billiter, he doesn't want to let Jansen sit for too long because that foot is very capable of tightening up like he did on Thursday.
I'll tell you, Zach Houston is a pretty good sub to come in.
Schilling, tough shot, won't go. Both teams now struggling from the field, nearly 8 minutes in. LMU, this is their 18th trip. They've only scored 3 times. Simmons connects from the outside. Jarrell Simmons, a 48% three-point shooter. As a team, LMU is #1 in the country, shooting the three at 44%.
And that was very good defense by Augustana. They just let up a little bit at the end.
Richter had it stripped away, and a foul against Alex Richter.
Well, Jarrell Simmons, we saw him yesterday on
3 or more in 2 of the last 3 NCAA tournament games, but early on shooting just 29%. For more on the rail splitters, we send it over to Jamie Erdahl.
Well, the message out of the huddle from head coach Josh Schertz, we got to get more passes every possession. At least 5 times, he said, they have had 0 pass possessions. They go right to the basket. He needs more movement from side to side. And keep in mind, he's got McMillian, Pierce, and Webb on the floor right now. He brings in those veteran players off the bench to give some calmness to this offense.
And Augustana going zone on that possession there. Not a great look, and they have this very small team in right now for LMU. I like the change by Tom Billiter.
Richter can't get that one to drop. LMU back on offense. They only have 2 assists so far on 4 field goals. That one rolls around, and things just not going in the way of the rail splitters right now.
And I think that was a good play, though, by LMU. Attack the zone before it gets set up. They got a pretty good opportunity. They just missed it.
Richter travels in substitutions as Jansen is back into the game. So a quick break for Daniel Jansen, the senior out of Orange City, Iowa. Basketball Times first team All-American.
Now they go back to the man-to-man, switching up a lot.
McMillian lost it, gets it back. Simmons inside, nowhere to go. Good defense by Casey Schilling. He was the conference defensive player of the year for Augustana. That one will go, though, for Tim Pierce.
They really give good help Augustana. That was a good play by Pierce. Not the easiest shot in the world. They needed that.
Vikings struggling offensively. They've scored on just 1 of their last 11 trips. Jansen, though, back into the game. And a foul is called away from the ball on Curtis Webb of the Rail Splitters. Exactly midway through this first half of the D2 National Championship game presented by Reese's.
Both teams are struggling to score, but I think it's because the defense on both sides has been pretty good.
Here's Jansen. Draws the double, back out Spencer. Gets his man in the air. His shot is well short. And it goes into the corner where Webb tracks it down.
LMU did a great job there doubling Jansen in the post and then recovering to the shooter.
Webb's 3 is good. Very dangerous three-point shooting team, especially if they get hot. Look out.
And in the semifinals, Webb had 11 points. This kid made 3s the other day.
Warren trying to answer it, won't go. Offensive rebound by Schilling.
You'll see Curtis Webb here on the kick-out in transition, knocking out the 3.
First offensive rebound for Augustana, and the foul goes against Simmons. That's his first. Next Saturday, 20 of the nation's elite seniors will throw down on the Final Four court at the 2016 Reese's College All-Star Game presented by Walmart. Steve Lapis will be on the call with Carter Blackburn and Doug Gottlieb.
Hey, one, straight in now, one.
Always look forward to that. Fun for those kids to get seen.
Schilling 2 out of 2. This week, during the Elite Eight, Schilling 17 of 20 at the line. 3-point lead for the Vikings of Augustana.
And another change back to the zone defensively. The more you can make this LMU team stand around, the better off you are because of their great quickness.
Simmons. Tough shot, he knocks it in. Terrell Simmons, the senior out of Accokeek, Maryland.
Well, that's a good way to beat a zone, is dribble penetrate into the lane, just like Simmons did.
Schilling, physical down low, and too physical. They call it offensive foul.
Well, take a look at Terrell Simmons here with the dribble penetration into the zone. The little screen on top helped a lot, and that's why he was able to get to 8 feet. Screening a zone is very good, and people are doing that now. In the last 10 years, you've seen people do screening zones much more than you used to.
A 10-2 run for LMU. They can take the lead with a hoop right here, and Simmons can't get it to drop. Augustana offense a bit out of sync since those opening minutes.
I think they're struggling with LMU's quickness right now in the half court.
Byer for 3. Byer, a 52% three-point shooter, but he misses his first attempt. Pinson poked away by Jensen. It'll stay with the rail splitters. And now a substitution for LMU as Laquan Troy's back in for Tim Pierce.
Dorian Pinson is a tough player. He took over in the second half in the semifinals on Thursday. How about this kid? He's a power forward. He leads them in assists, number 15. He was terrific.
13 of his 17 in the second half on Thursday. Here is Pinson, and he gets to the hoop for 2. It's really an interesting story. He played small forward and power forward in high school as Richter answers on the other end. But Pinson, because the rail splitters graduated an All-American point guard, has had to play the point this year really as a foreman. They asked him, are you a point guard? He said, no, I'm a playmaker. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Jalen Steele really struggled so far. Those were all shots that he knocked down the other day.
Steele is 0 for 4. He didn't leave the game on Thursday with cramps in his left hamstring, and they're still getting worked on during practice yesterday. Spencer. Schilling gets the board, his 6th, and he's fouled. 7:17 to go, first half. Augustana up by 1.
I'm a warm spring basket for the layup. There's something called fake and recover, and you have to know when to fake it a guy to make him stop dribbling so you have time to recover to your man. That time, a little too much help by Jansen.
Schilling, 1 out of 2 at the line. It's a 2-point lead for the Vikings, the Central Region champions for the first time in school history. Choice for 3. And Schilling with rebound number 8. Schilling the only guy to shoot free throws so far in this game. Schilling for 3.
LMU's done a great job defending that high-low so far. They haven't done it really in this game. One time they tried, but that's a big part of Augustana's offense. And right now, LMU not allowing them to do it.
Shot clock has never really been in danger so far today as Simmons misfires, offensive rebound, and put back by Pinson.
I'll be curious to see if I can hear what it sounds like. You know, I don't know if we're going to even get a buzz.
Might not have that luxury today. Teams waste no time as Spencer fires one up and hits Jordan Spencer. What a great story he is, wanting to play in the U.S. Former Augustana assistant did a clinic in his native England, liked what he saw, said, why don't you come play for us? And without even visiting the campus, Spencer agreed. Showed up midway through his semester, so he landed in Sioux Falls in December. Got off the plane, it was 50 below. So what am I doing here? But since then, he has fallen in love with his teammates, the school, and the city. Counting one for Pinson.
That was not good defense by Augustana that time. They were not on a string. Jordan Spencer, you need to be on a string, the two guys on top. So if Byer comes over to the right wing, Jordan Spencer needs to push over. Instead, he stayed flat-footed, and that's what allowed Pinson to drive that into the middle of the zone. You have to be on a string when you play a zone.
Foul was on Jansen. Pinson completes the three-point play, and we're tied at 23. 9 points for Dorian Pinson. His average is 10 per game. Byer left alone in the corner. This is his second attempt. And Simmons races the other way. Simmons around Spencer for two.
You know, Spencer just stood there in transition defense. You got to stop the ball in that situation. They let him come way too far. You have to come out and meet him.
Can't leave Jansen open for three. Although he misses that time. Schilling another rebound, but he lost it. Byer collects it. And they'll bring it back out. We approach 5 minutes to go in the first. Now Jansen inside. Off the feed from his good buddy, Casey Schilling. Augustana led by as many as 9. We're tied. And Choice gives LMU the lead by 2.
Starting to penetrate that zone a little bit in the area where you need to at that foul line. No double.
Now it comes. Jansen can't muscle his way to the hoop.
I guess they want to come on the bounce.
Steele from deep. It's good. Jalen Steele, the transfer from Mississippi State, with his first bucket of the day.
These guys are so explosive, you have to find them. Another high-low there.
Schilling, no. Schilling again, yes. Casey Schilling already has 11 rebounds in the first half. Now 341 on the year for Schilling in terms of rebounds, a single-season record with the Vikings, and he scores again. And LMU has to figure out what to do with Casey Schilling.
Well, that time with Jordan Spencer's dribble penetration, they came to help and left Schilling alone.
He's got 8 points and 11 rebounds. What a pace in the first half. Steele blocked by, guess who? Casey Schilling. Jansen is fouled, and finally, we all get a chance to catch our breath. 3:11 to go in the first. A 1-point LMU lead.
Kitten in the tree.
Fix the pipes.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Casey Schilling, he already has 11 rebounds in this game, and he's got his whole family in the house, including his older brother Cody, who graduated from Augustana in 2012, and when he left, he was the all-time leading scorer in school history, since been passed by Cameron McCaffrey and then Daniel Jansen. But the Schillings have scored a lot of points over the years for Augustana, as Jansen is fouled down low.
And Jansen upset about missing that first one as well. He should. I mean, this kid doesn't usually miss. He is a tremendous career percentage field goal shooter.
Let's go over to Jamie Erdahl.
Well, with more on that brotherly love between the Schillings, Casey told me yesterday that he could tell down to the week on their schedule when he thought he would be able to pass his brother in terms of points scored at Augustana. And I thought he would be egging his brother on a little bit more. He said, no, he was happy for me. But I thought that was pretty amazing. He could calculate it out to which game he thought he could pass his brother on the scoring list.
The Cody Schilling is now 4th all-time. Casey is 2nd all-time. And Daniel Jansen, who just made that free throw, is number 1 all-time. What a run for the Vikings.
And another different kind of zone now. Now it's a 1-2-2. They used a lot of 2-3 before. Now it's a lot harder to make those dribble penetration splits, but the corners could be open.
Steele, corner three, was open and hits. Well done, Steve. That stops a 6-0 run for the Vikings.
My players didn't listen this well, I can tell you that.
Richter bounces it in. Richter with 14 in the first half.
Yeah, he got off to a great start, and then he was quiet for a while, but he can put the ball on the ground. That was a nice move with the left. Back man to man now. They didn't like that corner jumper by Jalen Steele that time.
Simmons, and he's fouled with 9 on the shot clock. That'll go against Adam Beyer, the junior out of De Pere, Wisconsin. It'll be 2 shots for Jarrell Simmons, who scored at least 15 points in 19 consecutive games. East meets West in a new action comedy that teams a martial arts master with a wisecracking cop. Rush Hour premieres Thursday on CBS. Tim Pierce back into the ball game as Simmons will head out. Simmons into double figures with 10. He scored 35 in Thursday's semifinal win over West Liberty. 24 consecutive wins for LMU. That is a school record. And 22 of the 24 wins have been by double digits. Beyer for 3. It's good. 52% from deep, and he hits his first of the day.
That's what you risk when you double team in the post.
Steele trying to answer. Offensive rebound, Terry back up and in. Emmanuel Terry doing some work.
He's been tough ever since he got put in the starting lineup. McMillian was the starter. They put Terry in. He's a better shot blocker. It's really helped their defense.
Jansen takes a bump and the foul.
Number 5, Curtis Webb, his second personal, 17 now.
Well, that time they just forgot about Dan Jansen. That's a hard guy to forget.
Jansen had never missed a game in his career until the Elite Eight on Wednesday, when that foot injury made him a no-go. And there was some uncertainty whether he'd be able to play the rest of the week. He's playing, and his team is winning. They're up by 3. Timeout, LMU.
This is for the doubters, the naysayers, the ones who said I can't.
Go away, make yourself hard to find, and that's what Beyer did to make that 3.
Augustana has scored 14 points in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and on each of their last 6 possessions. We approach 1 minute to go, first half of the D2 National Championship game presented by Reese's. Shot clock at 5. You might hear the horn, Coach. Nope, you won't. Sorry. As Simmons misses a 3. There's Richter. Had the hot hand early. Into the lane for 2. It won't go. Gets it back. Richter up. Counted and the foul.
Alex Richter's done a great job of attacking the basket with the dribble. And by getting in there, and even though he missed the first one, he's in position to get that offensive rebound and get the and one.
Second foul on Laquan Choice. Richter with 16 points in the first half after he misses that free throw. And there's a 1 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Looks like LMU will actually run it down.
Yeah, they're going to take the last one, which I think is smart. They probably should do it with about 4 to go, but maybe they get a shot at an offensive rebound. A little too early.
Simmons lays it in with 7 seconds to go. 5 seconds left. Spencer. Over to Schilling. He's got to put it up. He does. It's good. A fitting end to the first half with Casey Schilling. He's got 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Going 4 for 12 from long range. He's happy that they're only down 5 at this point. He said when you go small, which they did about halfway through that first half, you're going to give up rebounds, which is frustrating, but he went small because he felt like they needed to create more shots on the offensive end. All in all, he's going to go back to his regular starters, but don't be surprised if you see that small lineup again.
And Jamie, they did play better in the second part of that first half. In the first 7.5 minutes, LMU only had 3 field goals and 5 turnovers. Last 12.5 minutes, 13 field goals and no turnovers for the Rail Splitters.
Well, you know, for LMU, I don't think the pace was quick enough. They need to speed this game up a little bit and use their speed. We know which team is bigger and stronger, Augustana. LMU needs to use their speed and push it. That's bad positioning down low.
Choice, corner 3. Good way to start for the Rail Splitters.
And you know, Casey Schilling was playing behind Dorian Pinson, and we've already seen Dorian Pinson. He's the leading assist guy. That was a terrific pass to the corner from the low post.
Schilling fakes the 3. Right past Pinson, high off glass, no good, but a foul is called. Casey Schilling picking up where he left off in the first half.
Well, you take a look here at what happens. The ball goes into the low post to Dorian Pinson. But look at the opposite corner. Alex Richter turns his head, and that allows his man to get behind him and knock out that 3 right there. A very, very good shot and an important shot for Luquan Choice.
Schilling at the line. This is a very close-knit Augustana team, especially the senior class. They all live together back in Sioux Falls. And Casey Schilling is getting married on July 1st. Dan Jansen and Tanner Odegaard, another player on this team, are in the wedding party. Gives you an idea of just how close this team is. Choice jumper is short. Jansen tips it, and Spencer takes it away. They roll it into Jansen, guarded by Terry. Jansen knocks over Terry, no call. Ball slips away, and here comes Simmons in transition. One-on-one with Byer. Simmons, no call. And now there is a foul down low, and it'll be 2 shots for LMU.
Well, Jansen's got to take it easy because he really started beefing with the referee a little bit too much. Here, you know, Terry looks like he's taking the charge there. Probably a flop. And that's definitely a foul.
2 shots for Jarrell Simmons. Wasn't heavily recruited out of high school. Admittedly had poor grades. Ended up walking on at Brevard. Barely played his freshman year, but worked hard. Had a much better sophomore year. Asked the coach to be put on scholarship. Coach said no. So Simmons transferred to LMU, paid his own way during his redshirt year, and now in his senior season, he's a 3rd-team All-American.
He dropped 35 in the semis.
Pretty good full-circle run here for Jarrell Simmons, now in the national championship game. Schilling muscling his way down low, and he connects again.
You know, Pinson tried to body him up that time. You really need to send doubles at both Jansen and Schilling, but you got to be smart about recovering.
Choice travels. Turnover number 6 by LMU.
One thing we can see that Tom Billiter did at halftime, making a really big effort to get the ball inside to Jansen and Schilling.
Pinson guarding Schilling. Schilling around him for 2 more. Can't be stopped right now. 16 and 12 for Schilling.
I don't understand. They were doubling him on the bounce, him and Jansen in the first half. Now this half they decided not to. I think that's a big mistake. Great help by Jordan Spencer that time.
Back-to-back turnovers for LMU. Spencer end-to-end, lays it in. Timeout. Rail Splitters and Augustana all fired up to start this second half.
in the low post right here. And now he's got Pinson there one-on-one, and look at all the guys. They're all out here. They've got to come and give some help because he cannot handle Casey Schilling and stand behind him in the low post. Let that happen. He's too big for Dorian Pinson.
Unfamiliar position for LMU. This is the first time they've trailed at the half since January 30th, and now down by 8 early in the second half. How will they respond? Simmons, and it's tipped in by Terry.
Well, that time Dan Jansen turned his head to look at the driver and lost Terry on the offensive glass. You got to put a body on Terry. He's a very good offensive rebounder.
Spencer gets to the hoop but misses, and look who cleans it up. Schilling again.
Well, that's a classic example of a guy dribbles penetrating. Somebody comes to help, and then they lose their man in box-out position.
Schilling has 10 of the last 12 for the Vikings. Simmons, nice move, hands off Terry on the blocks, and he uses the glass for 2 more. Emmanuel Terry, known as a defensive stopper, has really improved his offensive game over the last couple of weeks. He had 20 and 10 in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. Schilling, not this time. Jansen fighting for it, and a foul is called against the Rail Splitters.
It seems to me that Augustana is really beating LMU off the dribble regularly now. Not just guards, like Spencer did on the last possession, but even the big guys. Schilling that time taking it to the basket.
It's a big foul, too. It's the third on Dorian Pinson. Leads the team in rebounds and assists. So he'll sit with 16:20 to go.
Yeah, that's an important guy because he's their top intangible guy. Does so many little things for them.
They feed Schilling. Back out Jansen. He'll drive it in, and Jansen's floater is no good. Jansen is 4 of 9 for 11 points. Curtis Webb into the game. He's a good 3-point shooter, and that's a foul against Casey Schilling. 15:58 to go, second half. The Vikings lead by 6. Being an assistant under Lute Olson at Arizona, and last night he spoke with Lute Olson on the phone.
Lute Olson called me last night to talk about Tom Billiter. He said he was just hanging around campus. We need somebody to work camp, so he worked camp. By the end of the week, he was running camp, and by the end of the month, he was on my staff. He said he's that kind of guy, just a terrific coach.
Billiter has been all over as a D1 assistant. Arizona, Rice, St. John's, and Texas A&M. Some of the players he's coached: Sean Elliott, Steve Kerr, Kenny Lofton, Felipe Lopez, Ron Artest. And now his team in the D2 National Championship game as LMU misses a couple in close.
And that time, Augustana back to the 1-2-2 zone. And I think LMU's done a good job of dribble penetrating whenever Augustana's gone to the zone.
Augustana's big 3 has scored 45 of the team's 53 points. Byer, not one of those big 3, but he lays it in for 2. Five minutes in, second half. Division II National Championship game presented by Reese's. And a foul down low. McMillian will shoot 2.
Well, you're going to see here a lack of help by LMU on defense right there. These guys here all have to be in this area to stop that drive. Instead, they see it too late and let Byer get to the basket.
You mentioned McMillian starting the season in a starting role, now coming off the bench. And that's really been one of the keys for LMU this year, according to head coach Josh Schertz. Their entire bench is upperclassmen. And as Schertz said, if our upperclassmen didn't handle these roles the right way, that would have been our downfall. And their team motto is strength in numbers. Their bench is a big part of their team.
The thing about McMillian, he's a senior. He was playing pretty good, but they saw more of an upside and defensively in Terry. 1-3-1 defense have not played this all week. LMU.
Richter Another three.
And that's the problem with a 1-3-1 defense. It's those corners that really can hurt you. And you have to find, there's so many shooters on this Augustana team, you got to find them in the corner.
First points of the half for Richter. He's 3 of 3 from beyond the arc today. And a steal by Schilling. Schilling end-to-end. 2 more. Largest lead for Augustana.
This is your power forward going coast to coast with the dribble. What a move by Casey Schilling.
He's got 20 points and 14 rebounds. And an offensive foul against the Rail Splitters.
Well, watch Casey Schilling here take this ball the whole length of the court from inside the lane, and then on top of it, get the finish. Pretty nice play right there.
First foul on Jalen Steele. It's a 12-point lead for the Vikings. Keep in mind, LMU has won 24 straight. 22 of those 24 wins by double digits. Now they're behind by double digits. How will they respond? Jansen's 3 won't go. Schilling tips it, it'll stay with the Vikings. Last touch by the Rail Splitters.
Boy, Casey Schilling is all over the place. He pursues rebounds as good as you're going to see anybody do it.
Jansen extends the lead to 14.
That's what you call a small to big screen. And LMU switched it so they had a small guy on Jansen, and he just took it.
Pinson back in with 3 fouls. The 9-1 run for Augustana. Pierce, 15-footer is good. A big bucket for LMU. Told Josh Schultz of LMU, Jansen will only have 13 with 13 minutes to go. He'd take it, but it's Schilling and Richter who have really picked up the slack.
You know, those big threes we talked about, over 5,400 points between them. It's hard to stop all 3 of them.
7 on the shot clock. Spencer guarded by Terry. Step back jumper. Doesn't get the roll. Schilling fighting, but he's not going to win this battle. Pinson, quick pass to Terry. Great feed from Dorian Pinson.
That time, Jansen was very slow in recovering. He tried to give a little help, but Terry slipped to the basket quickly, and Jansen couldn't catch up.
Richter was looking for a foul, doesn't get it. Rail Splitters the other way with Simmons. Simmons right at Warren, and a foul is called on John Warren. April 7th to 10th, we proudly present a tradition unlike any other. From Augusta National, it's the Masters on CBS. Jansen is going to come out with 12:08 to go. We'll see how long he stays on the Augustana bench. Pinson for 2 more. And now a little momentum for LMU as they've cut it down to single digits. 6 straight points for the Rail Splitters.
A rare mistake by Schilling that time, allowing Pinson to get inside of him.
Houston, how about that? Off the bench. Has not had many minutes today. You couldn't tell by that stroke. Terry and the foul. Hello. Terry 4 of 4 this half. He'll shoot a free throw when we come back.
How about Emmanuel Terry? Boom! Here, have some of this.
Pa, I know we settled for cable, but DirecTV has been #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for
about his free throw shooting, and he said, look, I know I'm not a good free throw shooter, 43%, but I played the second half of that semifinal game without my right contact lens. I only had one lens in. He said, what happened? He said, late in the first half, I got bumped, I lost my right contact lens, and I didn't bring a spare pair. So instead of ripping the other one out, he kept one in. He said his depth perception was off, and that contributed to the 5 misses at the free throw line. Josh Shirt said he didn't know until after the game that Terry was only playing with one lens, until Terry's mom said, don't worry, I'm going to get him a fresh set of lenses for the championship game. You can't really make that up.
No. Josh Shirts came that time with the full court pressure for the first time in this game, trying to get this game faster. I think it's LMU's benefit to make this game faster than it's been going, because this Augustana team in the half court is so tough with those big guys.
Terry had 4 points in the first half. He's got 9 on 4 of 4 shooting in the second half. It's a 9-2 run. And Terry again with 2 more. He has come to life here after halftime. It's a 5-point game as we approach 11 minutes to go. It's an 11-2 run, and Terry has 7 of the 11. Jansen back in, and he's fouled underneath the basket.
Well, take a look at Schilling here, whether he's boxing out or not. He comes over to help, and he just loses Emmanuel Terry. This is a guy you got to box out.
Terry does pick up his 3rd foul, though, and that sends Jansen to the line. Jansen's younger brother Levi will play for Augustana next year. Dan said he's a little different than I am. He's 6'2", but he can really light it up, and Jansen thinks that his brother Levi has a good chance to break his scoring record when his 4 years are done with Augustana. The Jansens and Schillings keep coming. They're going to keep winning games.
They'll be pretty good.
Pierce misfires, and the rebound to the Vikings. Jalen Steele at the scorer's table for the Rail Splitters. Jansen with 14 on the shot clock. Right at Terry, who's got 3 fouls. A foul is called, and it goes! What a big play! The 4th on Terry, and a chance for 3 for Daniel Jansen.
This team is so tough. He sizes his man up. He's very good with the bounce. And he's so strong and big that he gets to where he wants, because the LMU kids, Terry in particular, not nearly as big and strong as this kid, and he's got a great touch around the basket.
So Terry has to come out with 4 fouls. Big play, and Jansen can push the lead back up to 10 with this free throw.
I always say, if you have big guys to throw the ball to in the post, it helps your half-court offense and is a great thing to have at the end of games when you need to make baskets.
5 straight points by Jansen. The Augustana fans on their feet here in Frisco, Texas. Steele for 3. That'll quiet him for the moment.
That was a big shot. And Jalen Steele's been pretty quiet in this game.
9 points for Steele, but he is 3 of 9 from the floor. Midway through the second half of the national championship game. Now it's McMillian guarding Jansen. Jansen around McMillian, not this time. And the rebound to Dorian Pinson. He pushes it up ahead. Steele from way downtown. He made it, but there was a foul inside against LMU. Wiped the basket off. That was from deep. That was Steele with a big 3, but it doesn't count. Inside, Pinson knocking over Jansen, and that's the 4th on Pinson.
And that really occurred just before that shot went up. There was a chance that shot could be good, and you'd have the foul. Just a tad before the shot.
Team foul number 6 on LMU, so Augustana will be shooting the rest of the half. 9:30 to go. It's a 7-point lead. Schilling has an opening. Missed an easy one, and they track it down in the corner to the Rail Splitters.
As good as Schilling's been today, he's missed a lot of easy shots.
Steele calling for a screen. 18-footer. Not this time, but he gets his own rebound. Steele inside, and he's fouled. Jalen Steele, transfer from Mississippi State, played 3 years at Mississippi State, had a lot of injuries, wanted to redshirt his senior year. Coach said no, so he tried to use the grad transfer rule, go to Middle Tennessee. Didn't graduate in time, so he was running out of options, thought his career might be over, decided to go the D2 route, and here he is in his only year with LMU in the national championship game. It's country music's Party of the Year with your hosts, Luke Bryan and Dierks Bentley. Don't miss all your favorite stars at the ACM Awards live Sunday, April 3rd, only CBS.
Middle Tennessee could have used another shooter against that Syracuse zone, don't you think?
As the Orange have advanced onto the Elite Eight tomorrow against Virginia.
The broadcaster's holiday tomorrow.
Not working. Here's Jansen. Doesn't try the double, and that's a mistake.
When in doubt, throw it to Dan Jansen, and he is getting you something good every single time.
He has the last 7 for Augustana, and a foul is called on the Vikings. That's going to be the second on Jansen.
And I thought LMU did a much better job in the first half. They were doubling the big guys off the bounce. Now this half they're not, and the big guys are going to work.
So Steele goes right back to the line. This is a 1-and-1. Steele is the team's best free throw shooter. He makes it at 87%.
They got to find a way to stop these big guys in the low post. Right now, Richter, Schilling, and Jansen had almost 60 points between them, 59. You know what they're going to do every time down. They've got to solve it by fronting in the post or by doubling in hard as soon as he catches it. Make him shoot them threes. Try something different.
Here's Richter at the free throw line. Back out Jansen. They work it to Spencer for 3. It's good! Jordan Spencer, more of a passer than a scorer, but he hits from the outside.
Really, this team is putting on an offensive clinic in the half court. They know their weapons and use them well.
Good move by Simmons to get to the hole. Inside 8 minutes to go.
Better go get him.
Jansen bounces around and out. He gets the offensive rebound. Richter's wide open in the corner, but they beat Jansen inside again. And a foul is called before the shot.
Great ball movement. Nice reversal. 3 points. Augustana up 8.
Why am I a fan of Applebee's Fan Favorites Quesadilla Burger?
It's a burger inside a quesadilla.
Genius.
Hot,
melty cheese.
fresh.
Were first-time flyers, Dorian Pinson, Curtis McMillian, just 2 of the guys. McMillian said that he fell asleep just fine when the flight started. Pinson admitted he was a little more nervous during takeoff and landing. What didn't help him was teammate Gerald Simmons over his shoulder in the terminal before the flight, making airplane noises and crashing sounds afterwards. That's a true teammate right there.
Not right at all for this team that bust to every single game until the Elite Eight here in Frisco. Choice for 3. Big rebound for Adam Byer.
You know, there's plenty of time left for LMU, but they need to do something. They need to make an adjustment defensively because Augustana walking it up, and you know what they're going to do and where this ball's going to go.
It goes to Schilling. Nothing doing. Back out Jansen. And he is fouled by Curtis Webb.
He's going to foul out the whole team.
And they're going to shoot the rest of the half. This will be a 1-and-1 for Jansen.
I think if they don't do it much, Josh Church doesn't do it much, play some zone, see how it goes. Maybe that'll limit the big guys. Make them shoot some threes. They can shoot, but they haven't made any threes in a while. They only have 6 in the whole game. Try something different because this right now is not working. Too small. Can't guard these guys, especially Jansen.
And their big guy Terry on the bench with 4 fouls. Jansen makes a pair, 78-66. Jansen has scored 11 points in the last 4 minutes.
And the other thing is, LMU usually makes 11 threes a game. They're not making threes today either.
Not taking a lot of them.
No, well, that great job defensively by Augustana to take that away from them. Great pass.
Pinson to McMillian for 2. Now, if you're Augustana and you like to get up and down, Steve, do you use a little bit more of the shot clock now with 6.5 to play?
Too early. I think you got to keep playing at the pace you're playing at. Every time you walk it up, throw it into Jansen, because he'll make a play. Even if they double him, he can find guys.
Schilling drives in, too strong, and Simmons the other way in transition for the rail splitters. Steele in rhythm 3. Book it. And LMU crawls within 7.
They've got to speed the pace up, but to speed the pace up, they've got to get stops.
Here come the LMU fans who made the trip from Harrigan, Tennessee. Jansen. Richter, nice feed to Schilling, but an offensive foul against Alex Richter. That's number 3 on Richter.
I don't know, from my vantage point, I don't know if he really ran him over that time. That was, not sure about that one.
Rail Splitters with the ball down by 7. 5:50 to go in the D2 championship game presented by Reese's. Pinson attacking, and he is fouled.
Third personal.
Got one team, Augustana, whose strength is throwing it down low to the big guys. You get an LMU team whose strength is in the half court slashing, just like Dorian Pinson did there, or coming down in transition and making threes.
That was the 3rd foul on Casey Schilling with 5:44 to go. Team foul number 9 on Augustana. So Lincoln Memorial will shoot 2 the rest of the way. Just the 2nd time in D2 championship history that the number 1 and 2 ranked teams are going head-to-head for the title. The last time was 1975 when Old Dominion beat New Orleans. 2 incredible seasons for both these teams. Who will have the trophy at the end of the day? 5:40 to go.
You know, with Pinson with the 4 fouls, you go to Schilling. That's who he's guarding.
Beyer turning and scoring. 7 points for Beyer. The lead is 9.
They've really done a lot of damage in the lane and different guys.
Pinson gets to the hoop. Wow, what a move by Dorian Pinson. Richter is fouled by Pinson, and that is his 5th. That's a big loss for LMU with 5:03 to go.
Adam Beyer's doing all kinds of work now. No real help there, though, stopping him from getting in the lane.
So Pinson fouls out with 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists.
You know, we saw what Pinson meant to them on Thursday in the second half. He's probably their best playmaker in terms of making things happen for other people. He leads them in assists. That's a big loss.
Richter makes the first free throw. Pinson's emergence as his point forward has allowed the other shooting guards on the team to play off the ball. It's been a big reason for LMU's success. But now Pinson is fouled out, and Terry is going to come back in with 4 fouls.
And if he's guarding Jansen, I can tell you where that ball's going right away. Augustana's got to be careful here defensively. They got to stop the dribble penetration that LMU is starting to do.
Simmons for 3. Terry with the offensive board. Back out to Webb. Steele, that's a 2. Another offensive rebound for the Rail Splitters. Steele on the perimeter. Now Simmons attacks and gets to the lane for two. And a timeout called for by the Rail Splitters with 4:40 to go. We've got a 7-point game. Bowing out with 13 points. LMU has scored on 7 of its last 9 trips, but Augustana has scored on 6 of its last 8. So they've had the answer for LMU.
Emmanuel Terry on Jansen as we thought. Let's see what they do here, Augustana.
Schilling calling for it. Spencer patiently waiting. Inside 10 on the shot clock. Spencer tipped right to Choice.
Not a great shot there. I think those big guys got to touch the ball every time down the floor.
Choice knifes through the defense for 2.
When LMU gets stops and they're able to push the ball, they usually get something good. They need to make more stops.
In Wednesday's quarterfinals against Barry, LMU had 2 separate runs of 21-0 and 17-0. They are very capable of exploding. Byer, corner to Richter. Another 3 on the Richter scale. Alex Richter has 24 and a big one there for the Vikings with 3:30 to go.
When you drive that baseline and there's somebody in the corner and his man helps.
And then a foul on Jansen on the perimeter. So LMU will shoot 2 when we come back.
If you treated your tablet like greasy fast food treats your body,
these guys have been absolutely brutal tonight to defend.
Schilling has 17 rebounds. And right now, Jalen Steele is at the line, rattles in the first.
And it's the first time all season that all 3 have scored over 20 in the same game.
Good game to do it.
Championship, I would say.
Augustana has won 14 games in a row. They have not lost since February 5th. Steele, 1 out of 2. He's an 87% free throw shooter. 7-point lead with 3:20 to play.
I like the pace Augustana has played the whole second half. They haven't rushed it, but they've gotten what they wanted, like to this guy.
And a foul. No, a tie-up. And the possession arrow favors the Vikings. Terry and Jansen were battling down low. Remember, Terry has 4 fouls. It was Simmons who came in from behind for the tie-up. Shot clock at 14. Jansen right at Terry with the 4. Now backs out to Spencer. Jansen deep 3. And there is Steele with 3 minutes to go.
They got to push this thing up. Not because they need to be in a rush, but because they're at their best when they're pushing.
Steele from the free throw line. Short. Terry fighting for the rebound, but Jansen has it.
I think this is the perfect pace for Augustana right now. Take your time. Your half-court offense has been great the whole game. And look for those big guys.
Lincoln Memorial only has 1 timeout left.
Pretty good recovery by LMU that time.
5 on the shot clock. Byer lost it. They got to put one up. Byer does, and he hits. Adam Byer with the shot clock at 1.
That the first time we heard it?
That is the first time we've heard the shot clock. With 2 minutes to go. Does LMU have a miracle comeback in them? Simmons for 3. Yes.
What a shot.
And a big one.
That was a huge shot. And Byer is bigger than him, had his hand up, and he just drilled it.
Rail Splitters need a stop on defense. Schilling. Great pass. Richter on the baseline. Blocked. Oh, a foul on Terry, and that's his 5th. And from here, it looked like all ball.
It did look like all ball, but I'll tell you, I was very impressed with Casey Schilling's pass.
Oh, boy, that's clean. That's how Terry fouls out. So Terry's done, and Augustana gets free throws out of it. Terry with 15 points and 7 rebounds.
You know, the truth is right now, LMU going very, very small because that's all they have. I want to see who Jansen is guarding and who Schilling's guarding.
Richter with 2 free throws knocks in the first. The Lakeville, Minnesota native has gone for 25 points today after a career-high 32 in the Elite 8 on Wednesday. Jansen is going to come out.
Good move with Warren coming in because defensively they knew, Coach Billiter knew that who's Jansen going to guard. They're on defense now. I think that's a great move by Coach Billiter.
Choice for 3. And Schilling the rebound. Now we'll see how LMU handles this defensively.
I'd call timeout and get Jansen back in the game. That's what I do.
Oh, Spencer turns it over. And a foul as Webb was driving. Jordan Spencer with an assist-to-turnover ratio of 3.4, and he coughs it up at midcourt.
Yeah, I think I would have called timeout here to get Jansen back in the game. They have 3. That's a good place to use them because one more possession where you score with Jansen may put this thing out of reach. But now that was a huge turnover.
And the 4th foul on Casey Schilling. The free throws continue to do in LMU. In the semifinals Thursday, in the final 30 seconds, they were 2 of 8 from the line. And today, they're 9 of 17, just 52%.
Well, Augustana has to be ready for this full-court pressure, which they did not do a good job with on that last possession.
Webb, an 80% free throw shooter. Misses them both, and Schilling the rebound.
They need to foul. Instead, they decide to press. They got a foul. I think that's a big mistake to just play this out down 8.
1 minute to go, 15 on the shot clock. Fire blocked. Fire gets it back, blocked again. LMU the other way. Steele from deep for 3. Too strong, wrong rebound, and Simmons tracks it down. Simmons launches from deep. And there's Richter for the rebound, and he's fouled with 35 seconds to go.
I think Tom Billiter should get Jansen out of this game now because he's going to have to guard a perimeter player. That's what he did before. Now he's calling Warren back, so he's not doing it.
Augustana out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, has never won a national championship in men's basketball. They had never been past the Sweet 16 until this week. Richter misses them both. Steele for 3. Over the backboard, out of bounds to Augustana.
Well, they have to foul immediately this time.
Last 4 trips for LMU. They are 0 of 4 from deep. Schilling, and Jansen is fouled.
I can't tell you what a great job that was by Jansen there, coming to the ball and posting up, basically, so that they could get that ball inbounds, because they were struggling. Watch Dan Jansen there come to the ball hard, and he wasn't giving this thing up for anything.
When Jansen was in high school, he had some D1 interest. He visited Nebraska, Omaha, and after his visit, he was set to fly to New Orleans to visit Tulane. But he got a phone call the night before he was going to New Orleans, and Tulane told him they didn't have a scholarship anymore. And he told us yesterday that was a defining moment of his career. He decided after that instead of trying to go to a low D1, maybe make the NCAA tournament twice and get wiped out in the first round as a 15 seed, and he wanted to go to a D2 school and win a national championship. And it's coming full circle for Dan Jansen and Augustana. LMU is not fouling.
You need to get the ball out of that corner.
Out to Jansen with 7 seconds to go. Augustana fans on their feet. And for the first time in school history, Augustana national champions.